What is up? What is up, Guru Nation? We got, actually, this one's good. You have options in clinical research. So, how's everybody doing? Happy Tuesday. I didn't go live yesterday, so we're going live today. What's everybody up to on Tuesday morning? Bright and shiny. Got the morning coffee, that morning iced coffee going. Talking about yesterday, we actually had Christine Naro, who's our Latinos in Clinical Research Ambassador. And she's also a CRA. She works for the sponsor. And I like this angle. You can see Sonic and Bodhi. Where's Bodhi? Bodhi, come here. Christine Nara was on, so LICR ambassador, and then she gave a exclusive lecture to the CRA Academy, as well as the few and the proud, the YouTube members, the YouTube Premium members. All right, YouTube members on my channel. You just click join, and you'll see we actually have to have a monthly Zoom set up for this month, like in the next few days. But Christine Nara is a CRA for a sponsor. So on the sponsor side. So actually, I learned a lot from interviewing Christine yesterday. Rod Raphael, shout out to you, man, with the coffee. You know what, Rod? Your song was close. Chris got close. For those that don't know what we're talking about, we have a reaction channel, the Chris and Dan Show. Go check it out. Totally non-research related, but Rod Raphael's not only a proud, passionate fan here, but he is also a passionate fan over there on the Chris and Dan Show. You can actually win some money there too. So Christine Naro, she went from a ophthalmology CRC for a few years to working directly for the sponsor, and she actually got that job just a few months ago. So like 8 months ago, I believe she got the job directly working for the sponsor. But she actually got 2 job offers at the same time. One of the job offers was from a CRO, which I think it was like a remote site monitor. And then literally like 2 business days later, and she accepted it. And then 2 business days later, she got the offer from the sponsor, direct sponsor with it's actually an ophthalmology product. And but directly for the sponsor, which is like a whole bunch of other skill sets that you're going to learn and a whole bunch of other responsibilities that you just don't get with CROs, like working on the payer side a little bit. So working a little bit on not just the research side, of course, TMF, trial master file experience, and working with the clinical team lead from the CRO because they actually work with a CRO. So this is what I found interesting from her career path. It's 100% remote work, 100%. Hey, they can't hear me, Sonic. 100% remote work, 100% from home. So I guess that's the same thing. But she's only one of 2. Hey, these guys are choose to wrestle right underneath me when I'm going live. Hey, go play over there. They got a huge yard and they want to play right here. So where was I going with this? 100% remote work. But okay, she's on a team of like at the sponsor side. She's in a department where there's just her and someone else. So, and the sponsor's using a CRO for their study. So the sponsor's using a big CRO. She didn't mention who. But Christine, who only has like a few years of research experience as a coordinator, none as a CRA until now, is actually in charge of, yes, there is a wind chime in the background. Sorry about that. She's actually in charge of CRAs from the CRO side. And she deals one-on-one at Rod Raphael. Christine is the bomb. She deals one-on-one with the clinical team lead who has like 20 years of experience in research. So when there's an issue, because remember, the sponsor is called the sponsor for a reason, okay? They were the one funding the study. So the CRO, They can have as many people as they want involved in the project, but when things don't go right, guess who gets involved? The sponsor. And guess who's delegated from the sponsor to get to solve problems with the CRO? It's Christine. She's one of 2 people on this project. So I just thought that was really interesting to go from a coordinator, completely skipping the CRO and going straight to sponsor, working from home, having arguably a better quality of life than CROs. Just this is all anecdotal evidence, but better quality of life, and dealing like from a supervisor standpoint, reviewing, monitoring reports, because remember, sponsors, GCP 2016 revisions said sponsors, just like the PI is responsible for the conduct of the study, sponsors are responsible for the conduct of the study at the site level. So I just thought that was interesting how you can level up. And now Christine, if she does this for a year, she can get any job she wants, sponsor level, CRO level, site level. They would all hire her without hesitation in leadership position, because not only she has the CRA title and the CRC title, but she has the sponsor side experience now, which all the CROs prefer to have, because they know if you worked at a sponsor, you understand what the sponsors want out of their CRAs. So you're more likely to get put into a position of leadership at the CRO. And the way the industry is growing, as you can see underneath here, the way the industry is growing, you will have options. So one of the things I gave to my, one of the advice we gave to the students yesterday, the CRA Academy students, is just get your first job. Just whatever it is in clinical research, take your first job. If the money's acceptable, like if you don't have to change your lifestyle too much, just take the job. And I got to change the wind chime in the background. I do have to change this. I'm actually going to set up over there. I have a little fire pit. So I'm going to start doing like fireside chats over there with the mic and everything. But right now we just redid our yard. Okay, so take the first job you get in clinical research, okay? Because all that matters is racking up the experience, as Christine showed you in a short period of time. And like I interviewed the other day, Khadija, she's similar. She didn't go sponsor route, but she went contract CRA route right away. And now she's contract CRA for sponsors. So there's something there. There's something there, but the sponsors rarely will hire you without any experience. So take some coordinating experience, take some in-house CRA experience, take some study startup specialist experience. Anything you can get, take it. Let's see what other questions we have. Hello, Mushume. I want to know if a Bangladeshi CRA can get a job in the U.S. directly from Bangladesh. Yes, unlikely as a CRA right away, but maybe as an in-house CRA or as a study coordinator or as a study startup specialist or as a remote site monitor. I would talk to your line manager there and see if you can get sponsored in the U.S. Because I know right now they need people, so they'd rather keep you than lose you to a competitor. Hello, Dan. Back to clinical research. Ileana, how's it going? Back to clinical research. Any recommendations to starting a site at this time of the pandemic? Yeah, it's never been a better time. In my opinion, never been a better time to start a site. Why? There's tons of studies. There's tons of COVID studies. They're literally giving out COVID studies to anybody who has patient population for it. Not just vaccines, but COVID treatments too. So, like, research naive doesn't really matter right now. I mean, it always does play a role, but research naive only matters for your first study. Once you get your first study, you're no longer research naive as your investigator, right? I'm speaking of the investigator. So more likely than not, you're going to get a research naive physician who's going to be your PI. And then your research naive physicians, you're going to need to get studies for them. The hardest part in normal times is to get a study for a research naive physician. These are not normal times. Let me repeat that. These are not normal times in clinical research. That should probably be an Instagram quote. I'm going to try to get back into the Instagram quotes. We've been killing it on, my team has, shout out to Chanel for the Instagram stories and the LinkedIn stories. I need to get back to doing the Instagram quotes. That was me myself doing it Carlos then stepped in and did that, but Carlos became a CRA for IQVIA. So I'm not going to ask him to do quotes for me when he's busy with deviations and queries and all that stuff. So I got to man up and do it myself. But yeah, we are not in normal times in clinical research. So if you want to start a site, make sure you go to my page, theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Make sure that you look at the tab, open a clinic, and make sure you watch those. There's like 2 videos, part 1 and part 2. I think they're like 40 minutes each. It's basically the blueprint. Somebody yesterday texted me, and anybody can text me, 949-415-6256. Somebody texted me the blueprint, or hey, can I have a business plan for starting a site? My investors want to see a business plan. And I'm like, dude, I'm not going to give you a business plan because business plan doesn't mean anything. The business plan was like, the one I have is for me, for my site. Everybody's site has a little bit different variables. So you need to watch the videos, the like part 1 and part 2 on my site, theclinicaltrialsguru.com, open a clinic tab and create your own business plan. It's not that difficult, but you got to grasp the concepts. So I recommend, if you really want to, Ileana, this is the time to do it. I think this next decade is going to be super busy in clinical research. Pfizer CEO came out yesterday and said COVID's never going away. So we're going to need a bunch of new vaccine studies, bunch of new treatment studies just for COVID, okay? Then you're going to have all the other stuff coming out. You're going to have psychedelic research. You're going to have microbiome research. You're going to have CNS research. There's a renaissance in CNS from the biotechs, the small cap. Small is the new big. It looks like big pharma abandoned CNS, but biotechs are right there to pick up the slack for CNS. Oncology is always huge. So all these things, in addition to the new COVID stuff, this industry is going to remain busy for a while and in demand for whether you're a physician, a site owner, an entrepreneur, somebody who wants to work in the space. Alan says, Mushume, apply to a company that's global, like IQVIA or Covance. Then they have jobs in the U.S. Have someone to give you a referral. Absolutely. And your line manager would be a good way. I interviewed a gal from Roberta. Her name's Roberta. She's a line manager at Icon in San Diego. She's a pharmacist from Brazil, and she was a CRA in Brazil. And she wanted to move to the United States with her husband. And she talked to her line manager there at Icon, and they were able to get her over into the United States. I have a video on my channel about that. So absolutely right, Alan. Kasim, I'm working in a CRO since the last 7.5 years, currently as a senior CRA since the last 3 years till now. Need useful tips to uplift my designation. I really think like sponsor level is the next level up for you. Sponsor level, you're going to have responsibility dealing directly with clinical team lead or possibly clinical team lead at your CRO. Kasim, both of those things, it's whatever you want it to be. I think clinical team lead, clinical trial lead, whatever they call it in your company, is the next obvious step, whether it's at a CRO or at a sponsor. If your CRO is giving you a hard time with that, I would try to gain some experience at the sponsor level in any capacity. CRA, whatever title they have, where you're like kind of overseeing the CROs from the sponsor. And then after a year or two of that, maybe you like it and you just stay there. Or maybe you can go back to the CRO world and become a clinical team lead now with zero problems. Why? Because you also have sponsor side experience. The sponsor side experience is super important. So whether it's Pakistan or Pomona, that strategy doesn't matter. Yes, Mushume, everybody go network with everybody else in the comments. Alan is very accessible. We've had him on the show before. Kasi says she got a clinical trial coordinator central job from PPD. Awesome, Cassie. Congrats. Oh, here we go. The lady herself, Ashley Margot. What is up, Ashley? Nice to see you. Mushume, hi, Dan. Will you please help me out regarding this? Yeah, message me on LinkedIn and I can introduce you to Alan if you're not networked already. Alicia Gonzalez says, yes, it's not always about how long you've been in a position, but how you can prove the value you bring and how much you've learned in that period of time, even if short. Absolutely. I think the proof is in cases like Christine's and in cases like Khadijah and in other people that I've never heard of, that I've never interviewed, and their cases too. This is why it's so important to network on LinkedIn. Go ask around. Go talk to other people in the comments. Look at Alicia, guys. Go click on her profile and see, okay, what's her career about? Go network. Rod says, I need some selfish help from your audience, looking for a study for leg sciatica. Okay, me too, Rod. If you find it, I'll be selfish too. Everybody, I'm going to keep this up for a while. Hook up Rod, okay, with the study for leg sciatica. And if you do, I'm also interested, Rod. That's a tough one, I think. I'm also looking for the one for obesity, Rod. There's like a GLP-2 inhibitor that my PI really wants us to go after for weight loss. And there's like a few big pharma doing it. Eli Lilly. I need to talk to Eli Lilly about that, actually. Ileana says, thank you. No problem, Ileana. Thank you so much. LinkedIn user, currently looking for the right opportunity. 15 years pharma and clinical trial experience, finishing the Viaris CRA program and ACRP certification this week. Next up, writing the resume and job hunting. All good things and very excited to take the next step. If you have that many years of experience, you're not going to have a problem. Plus, with that ACRP certification, you're not going to have any problem, LinkedIn user. And thank you for the robots. That's really amazing for the algorithm. MedPace. Yeah, MedPace, I've heard look, just get your first job anywhere. I've heard things about MedPace or I wouldn't be comfortable recommending like that company, but I don't know personally, but I've heard from like dozens of people, like they kind of have some strict non-compete stuff in their contracts. So you got to be careful, but just take your first job anywhere, guys. Rex Alexander, YouTube member, shout out to you. Thank you for the robots. My advice to anyone is be loyal to your resume, not your company. If your current employer isn't helping you grow, it's time to move. 100% co-sign this, Rex. 1000% co-sign this. Your career is your business. Your company, now they're learning they have to care about you for retention, right? The small companies like mine, we always care about our employees. I've always told my employees, look, you give me X number of years here, I will help you achieve what you want, whether that's owning your own site, whether it's becoming a CRA. Just look at the people we've worked with that have worked for me. Carlos became a CRA. Rosario became a site owner. We had a few coordinators that we sponsored, foreign medical doctors, become licensed doctors in the U.S. I mean, whatever it is, like with the small companies, you can do that. And I think the big CROs are trying to do that now with the line managers and the career counselors and all this. Because why? Because it's retention, right? They don't want to lose you to their competitor. So if you're not, I agree with Rex, if your company is not helping you grow and you have any amount of experience, read underneath my ticker symbol here. You will have options, all right? You will have options. Okay, sponsor option is good. I agree. I have knocked you long ago. It says if you do not reply, I can't send another message. Mushume, I'm sorry. I will find you right now. Here, let me take a sip of coffee and find you right now. The last 2 years, I think really since the pandemic, I've like tripled, if not quadrupled, the amount of messages I'm getting, which is a good thing, but also a bad thing because it's a bad thing because you get like spammers. I'll make sure I spell your name right. But it's a good thing because obviously more people I get to meet and network with. Okay, I found you. Mushume. Found you. Connecting, okay? So now you got to accept me. Look, I'm going to go public here. You got to accept me now, okay? And then message me there. Haven't found it. Yeah, the GLP-2 inhibitor. I haven't found it. Kasim says agree with Rex 100%. The robots keep rolling in. We love the robots, especially for YouTube and for LinkedIn. This is our way to fight back against the algorithms. We need this video to be seen by more people. Never been a better time to be a coordinator. Never been a better time to be a CRA. Never been a better time to be a site owner. Never been a better time to be a principal investigator. Never been a better time to be in clinical research, period. Hello, Santo Raj. How's it going? Excellent advice by Rex. Rex, I'm going to take your quote, put it on Instagram, and I will give you credit for it. I have 2 quotes now. What was the first one? Somebody remind me. I don't want to have to watch this again. I had a quote earlier. I might have to watch it again unless somebody can pull it up for me, and then Rex's. So we got 2 quotes now for Instagram. The wind chime is soothing. Yeah, we're going for like a Zen vibe, but this is like the old wind chime from my old house. It's just sitting there. It's not really there for a reason. We're not done with our new house yet. Thank you so much. No problem, Mushume. Looking forward to network with you. And you guys make sure you network with one another in the comments. And there's Bodhi. How's it going, Bodhi? All right, good. So, all good? All good? Oh, thank you, Bella Black. I really appreciate it. She said, thank you. I bought the book on Amazon and Audible. Thank you. I think the Audible is so underrated. It's like 2 books. Me and Chris read it. We went through a lot of beers to read that thing. You guys think reading a book is easy? Try it when you have a mild stutter like me. I have a mild stutter that I disguise very well. But when you're in a studio reading word for word a book, you can't improvise and like use different words in your head because you know you're going to get stuck on certain words. You got to just read what it says. It's tough. We had so many takes. That's an 11-hour audiobook. It probably took us 20 hours, if not double that time, to actually record it. And there's a lot of editing and a lot of starting over. But it was fun, though. But, man, it's tough. I have so much more respect now for authors who read their own books on Audible, authors who narrate their own books. If I ever write another book, I'm going to narrate it again myself. I don't care how long it's going to take to do it. It was fun. And Chris made it fun, too, because he would read, like, some of the more boring parts. But I had to read some boring parts, too. But we go off script so much, like every paragraph almost, we go off script. So thank you so much, Bella Black. Really appreciate it. It was great, and you can keep learning. Help me to gain a job. Oh, that's awesome, Bella. Nice husky, too, in the profile. Look, Sonic, come here. Sonic, come here. Bella, check it out. Sonic, come here. I got a husky myself, Siberian husky named Sonic. But message me, Bella, because we would love to interview you on the podcast. All right. How the book helped you gain a job. I've never done a video like that, actually. How our book helped someone get a job. And I know there's a lot of stories like that. So thank you so much, Bella, for coming on. Message me if you want to be on the podcast, and I will interview you, like how the book got you the job. Sonic, come here. Come here. There's another husky lover over here. He's not coming. That's huskies for you. They come when you don't want them to. And when you do want them to, they ignore you. But thank you, Bella. Shout out for that. Message me if you're interested in that. I would really appreciate it. All right. Last one, okay? Alyssa. I have an entry. I have, Dana. Okay, thank you, Dana. I have an associate degree in an allied health field, and I have an entry-level job, pharmacovigilance coordinator. I'm 30 credits from a BA degree. I want to go into project management. Do I need the BA to advance? Yes, you do need both. You need the BA. This industry does value education if you want to keep climbing up the ladder. So yes, and focus on experience. So you need both. And I think that's it. And that would be interesting to hear. See, Dana, people want to watch that video and podcast. So let's do it. Please, please, please message me. And maybe in the private Zoom one-on-one, I'll show you Sonic. Maybe he'll be more willing to come on camera. So thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, and I'll see you later. Stay tuned for more videos. Bye-bye.